Hello everyone, my name is Ashma Suwal and I'm currently studying at California State University East Bay, doing my master's degree in construction management. Today I am feeling really happy to share my research with my supervisors Dr. Wei Wu and Dr. Yupeng from CSU Fresno State. Our research is about comparing collaborative learning in various learning modalities. Let me start the presentation by giving you a brief agenda about what we are going to talk in our presentation. First, I'm going to start with a brief intro and background about our research objective, the methodology which we used in our research, the results and findings, and also the discussions and the limitations and also the future aspects of this research. Introduction. The AEC industry has been practicing remote collaboration long before the COVID-19 global pandemic due to the increasingly dispersed project team composition. On the other hand, higher education had to adapt to online teaching and learning due to the pandemic. The uncertainties about the best practices to prepare students for redefined project team collaboration in the post-pandemic AEC industry has raised concerns. Therefore, this research aims to explore and compare three different modalities, which are the face-to-face modality, which is also known as the in-person modality, the Zoom modality, which we mostly use during our COVID-19 global pandemic, and also our web-based social virtual reality, which is commonly known as VR, in teaching students about collaboration using project-based learning. We utilize the mixed method approach to capture perceptual and behavior data to help us understand the characteristics and effectiveness of collaboration in these different modalities. Our research objective. The main objective of our research is to explore the unique characteristics of social VR-enabled virtual collaboration in comparison with traditional collaboration, identify the factors that may have influenced the learning experience and outcomes from virtual collaboration, and understand how emerging social VR platforms have facilitated virtual collaboration, thus enhancing these learning experiences and outcomes. Methodology. As I have explained that we are comparing here three different modalities, which is the face-to-face, the Zoom, and the social virtual reality, which is the VR. So we divided three teams, and team one was Zoom learning, also referred to as virtual or remote learning, is an online method that enables students to attend classes, interact with peers and educators, and complete coursework from remote locations using the Zoom video conferencing platform. Team 2 was the in-person learning method, which is a traditional method of education where students attend classes in physical classrooms with their teachers and peers. And Team 3 was the VR learning via the Engage social VR platform with the MetaQuest headsets. A stimulated design project of a backyard cottage was conducted involving three teams of three undergraduate students with a background in construction management and architectural studies. Each team was randomly assigned a specific modality to use throughout the project, and a series of iterative design tasks were integrated for each design session to facilitate analysis, communication, and implementation. This process allowed students to engage in critical activities such as the problem identification, idea brainstorming, feasibility studies, and creation of preliminary design based on promising ideas. These design sessions were conducted, each lasting 90 minutes. Short pre and post surveys were also given to the individual at the beginning and the end of each design session to document individuals' experiences throughout the project. A group interview was conducted at the end of the third session when the final deliverables were submitted for each project team. In addition, direct observation of each team was made by a student assistant who also served as a facilitator for the simulation. The results and findings. The direct observation of each team throughout the simulation provided first-hand insights into how individuals embarked on the project and navigated through team building, eventually collaborating on completing the design tasks. Here, I have provided the pros and cons for all the teams. For example, here we have team one, which is a Zoom team. The pros were good verbal communication and participation, whereas the disadvantages were like internet issues and hesitations. Students were randomly chosen to a group. That's why students hesitated a bit to communicate in the beginning, which is the con for the team one. In team two, the pros were like it was really lively, the communication was really effective, and the collaboration was also really effective. But the cons were travel. For example, all the three members of the team did not come at the same time, which was a disadvantage for that team. Similarly, for team three, the pros were that student team dynamic was really good, whereas the cons were that there was a really there were a lot of tech troubleshootings and distractions. By distraction, we mean that there were a lot of features in the Engage application which made students distracted, and they wanted to explore a lot of these options, which was also a disadvantage for team three. Um, now, Now let's talk about the analysis. A mixed method approach was utilized to capture perceptual and behavioral data to help understand the characteristics and the effectiveness of collaborations in these different modalities. The results suggested comparable outcomes in project progress, but the patterns in the time used, the team dynamics, and the perception of team collaboration indicated unique features of each modality. Here, let's talk about the behavioral data analysis. The data analysis was categorized into two broad groups, which is the production time and the idling time. Production time was tailed if the activities were contributing to collaborative tasks, regardless of if team members were working on the same thing or tasks assigned to individuals. Production team was value adding. In contrast, the idling time was tailed if the activities were taking breaks, like the tech troubleshootings or maybe chit-chatting among the team members. Idling time was non-value adding. Based on the video recordings, the research team reviewed and tagged durations when the team were in active production mode. The total production time duration in each project team was summarized and is shown in the table in the screen. Team one, the Zoom team, had the most consistently high ratio of production time, while team three, the social VR team had a significant variance from session to session. Team three suffered major troubleshooting in session two, where no immediate solutions were available to allow them to produce architectural designs. Like the other teams use different kind of platforms such as the Autodesk Revit and the Excel. Team 2 in-person team was the only team that achieved the perfect 100% production time ratio in their final session. Then let's talk about the perceptual data analysis. A post-survey solicited reflection on collaborative learning experience with 4 open-ended questions. The students were asked whether they were able to complete all the assigned tasks and what was their contribution, along with their teammates' contribution, and what do they think about the team dynamics. Discussion and limitations. This research did not aim to make statistically significant claims that favor one specific modality over the other. This research was mostly to compare the three different modalities and to see like how students react in each different modality. Most students still prefer the in-person collaboration, even though the overall project outcome was comparable across the three modalities. In addition to the limitation of a small size sample, the research team also realized the unidentified role that the types of learning activities and assessment activities might play in verifying the specific affordances of each learning modality. Future research. The future research is needed in order to develop a clear understanding on how instructional design should clearly account for unique affordances of each modality and the potential synergy among them when mixed modality are utilized to achieve possible optimal outcomes. The objective is to understand if and in what ways different modalities might impact the student's ability to contribute and the outcomes of such contribution. Based on both direct observation and the perception data collected in this research study, most students still prefer the in-person collaboration, even though the overall project outcome was comparable across three modalities. Nevertheless, the social VR approach was a great potential to enable effective and communicative collaboration in a project settling if certain technical deficiencies and computer graphics could improve further in the future. Ultimately, this research aims to contribute to the advancement of construction, education, and training, and to help prepare the next generation of construction professionals for success in this rapidly evolving industry. Thank you.